Welcome to exclusive live coverage of the Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade on the NCW Life channel. Today's broadcast is made possible by these fine sponsors: Lone Pine Fruit and Espresso, The Golfer's Edge, Auto Mocha, Bay Equity Home Loans, Boswell's Home Furnishings, Apple Valley Honda, the Allville Fruit Company, Merry Maids, the Antique Mall in Cashmere, Collins Fashions, Schmidt Electric, and Tacos Shava. So let's head up to Grant Road and enjoy a parade with your hosts, Brent Crowder and Grant Olson.
Hello and welcome everyone to NCW Life's continuing coverage of the Apple Blossom Festival, the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival 2018. Tonight, here we are on Grant Road in front of Local-Tel for the Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade, and joining me tonight, I'm thrilled to have him along, my friend Brent Crowder, sales manager at Town Nissan.
Thank you very much.
Brent, great to have you here.
I'm glad to be here. It's going to be a great night.
There are a ton of people here tonight.
Ton of people, great weather, except for we got a little cloud coming over here. It's looking a little scary, but we were hoping that goes away, and we're hoping for a good time tonight with some
Winds
nice
picked
cars.
up a little bit. We're hoping to get our drone in the air for your live coverage tonight as well. But a lot of people here. The weather was great earlier. It's kind of taking a turn now, but I have a feeling it's going to change in the next maybe half hour.
Yeah, we hope so. We hope it clears up.
And Brent, you have a history of cars here in the Valley. You had a car, I know that, and your dad, a pretty famous car guy here in the Valley too.
Yeah, Dad used to race stock cars a long time ago, back in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s, and we had a pretty wild crew up there, and we used to race 64 Chevelles all the time. Pretty cool stuff.
And that was your car?
Yeah, I had a 64 Chevelle. I had to have what my dad had growing up. We tore a lot of them up and blew a lot of them up and wrecked a lot of them. It was
great.
Pretty neat stuff.
Yeah, well, we're going to have some great camera angles for you today. We're not only going to have a drone in the air, we're going to have a set shot on the street here. In fact, 2 cameras on the street, and then Eric has a handheld camera, Eric Grandstrom, and he will be walking alongside some of these cars tonight just to give you folks at home a better idea of the great wheels, the great paint jobs on these cars, and I think it's going to really add to this parade coverage.
Nah, Local-Tel has done a great job this year with this, and I think it's going to be really, really cool to give people at home that might not be able to come out here and see this, they can actually watch it from home, and we got some beautiful cars here tonight. I mean, some nice stuff.
I was just going to say that. We saw some of these cars driving the opposite way to get in line to come back down the hill, and there are some beautiful cars that we're going to bring to you tonight. I'm thrilled. I can't wait.
Yeah, they sounded better than they looked. Some of them did too. So, I mean, a lot of these guys, they have a lot more money underneath the hood than they do outside the car. So, pretty cool stuff.
Exactly right. We will take a 3-minute timeout. When we come back, more coverage live coverage of the Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade 2018 coming up next right here on the NCW Life channel. Stay with us.
Happy spring, Wenatchee Valley from Collins Fashions. We are so ready for your Wenatchee lifestyle special events and vacation time. Colorful tees and tunics, embroidered and colorful ankle jeans, capris and shorts from Not Your Daughters, Jag, Liverpool, French dressing, etc. Beautiful mom of the bride or groom dresses, sundresses too. New shoes and sandals from Soft, Bueno, Nicole, Naked Feet. Spring Brighton handbags and jewelry are amazing. Please stop into Collins and let us style and pamper you, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
What's your auto mocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely the espresso shakes. My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Todd's a great boss. Sometimes he can be a little intense.
Adam, how about a lunchtime run?
I'd love to, Todd, but I got a lot. Oh, Mr. Jones, you made it. I'm glad you can make it. You're really gonna love our lifetime warranty on all new Hondas. Let's walk and talk.
Oh, the running thing? It gets them hustling. I consider myself a great motivator.
Tacos Chava has something new. Customers at Tacos Chava say it's the best Mexican food around. Nachos, enchiladas, tortas, ensaladas, and introducing camarones in many styles. You'll love the fresh salsa bar with so much selection. Are you ready for Tacos Chava? Find them at 2 great locations, the Wenatchee Valley Mall and any at Tacos Chava. Tan delicioso.
Grant Olson and Brent Crowder back here at the Les Schwab Class C Chassis Parade as we are underway. Boy Scouts of America. It's Pack 32 from East Wenatchee. Always, I think, it's been a long time starter of the parade here. The Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, now they're just going to be called the Scouts of America.
So were you ever in the Scouts or the Boy Scouts?
I was.
So was I.
I think I don't know, I was a wee below, and then I think I went to Boy Scouts.
They didn't kick you out or anything,
no,
did they?
No, they tried.
I think they tried me too.
My dad was a pack leader, so he had a little in. But always great to have these guys start things off. It really is.
It's great.
I want to thank our sponsor, main sponsor, Les Schwab, is who we'll be seeing next here. They're a longtime sponsor of the Class C Chassis Parade. And we do thank Les Schwab for that. We have lots of sponsors we'll get to throughout our broadcast tonight, and it wouldn't be possible without these folks to put on all of our Apple Blossom coverage and the parade coverage that we bring you, and we will be bringing you tomorrow. Of course, the Stamilk Growers Grand Parade, and our coverage will begin for that at 11 o'clock tomorrow. So we're underway here at the Class C Chassis Parade, and look forward to some great cars coming by tonight. As we mentioned, lots of folks out here tonight. It was so gorgeous around 5:30, 6 o'clock. A little cloud now, but hopefully we're okay, Brent.
It's pretty warm out here.
It is pretty warm out here. Temperatures today about 76, I think, for a high. Will be about the same tomorrow, and then all the way up to 81 for Sunday to end the Apple Blossom Festival. So the weather has been absolutely fantastic. There's Mayor Lacey, Mayor Steve Lacey.
I saw him do a little dance last week at the food fair. Him and our mayor in Wenatchee,
Frank Kuntz.
They were doing a little contest.
Mayor Lacey does a great Elvis impersonation.
Does he?
If people that don't know that, yes.
He was hamming it up pretty good the other night.
Well, he's good at that, that's for sure. Next up, we have the Forever Remembered, Forever Grateful display, and it's here every year. Well, every year that I've been here for our fallen war soldiers throughout Washington State, remembered in this way, and I love this display. It's a great way to kick things off too.
Brings everything home too, doesn't it?
It sure does. We did a story on this on our NCW Life Evening News, and there were more banners than there were people to carry them. So that's the situation with that. That's not a good thing.
No, it's sad. But it does make America great. We live in a great country. Very proud to live in Wenatchee with the men that we have service here. It's pretty cool.
And it doesn't mean more than to the people that are on these banners, the pictures on these banners. They sacrificed everything so we can do what we're doing right now. We have to be grateful for that.
I agree. You got men from Spokane, Centralia, Olympia, all the men that have paid the ultimate price.
A few Wenatchee I've seen mixed in as well. Followed by the military Jeep Sprint, and that Jeep right there, I know a lot about that Jeep because on our farm in northern Montana, we had two Jeeps just like that we sprayed our crops with. So we put the tank in the back, the two big booms hung out off the back, and that's what we used, that Jeep right there. We could go anywhere we wanted to.
I tell you, try to find one nowadays.
Oh, boy.
They're worth a lot of money. They're pretty cool.
And ours was just like that, open-air Jeep just like that.
And you didn't have any idea what you had.
And all the spray would just come right back into...
And you still turned out normal.
Well, yeah. That's still debatable. Thank you to the U.S. military for participating in our Class C Chassis Parade this year. And the bands, I hear a band, Brent, which will be coming into our line of sight eventually here. The veteran Knights from Wenatchee Valley College now making their way by. Just some about the Apple Blossom Festival, isn't there, Brent, in this valley? I mean, this, of course, this is really East Wenatchee's big show for the Apple Blossom. Most of it happens in Wenatchee, so this is East Wenatchee's big deal, quote unquote. And it is a big deal. It's just so cool. I mean, a lot of Wenatchee folks are here. East Wenatchee folks, of course, are going to Wenatchee, and we're all one big community, really, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. And I was just going to tell you that truck that just drove by here, that was called a deuce and a half. Do you know why they call that a deuce and a half?
No.
It's a 2.5 ton truck.
Wow, deuce and a half.
That's what they called it.
Very cool. This one's a little heavier than that.
Yeah. Being pulled by Midland Trucking, a good friend I went to high school with. Gives tremendous amount to the community here in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee. Great company, been around for a long time. Doing the trucking for this band.
Carrying his dog with him, too. That's nice. Eastmont Jazz Band performing as they go by. You're a jazz guy, aren't you, Brent?
I'll listen to anything.
I will, too.
I don't want to tell you what kind of music I really like to give away my age.
Well, I kind of know already.
Might be in the 80s.
Eastmont School District bus happening to go by. Why not throw a school bus in there, right, Brent?
Why not? It looks pretty fast.
You know what's fast are the new Link electric buses.
Pretty cool, huh?
You know a little bit about that.
I know all about hybrids. Hybrids are pretty cool. People are surprised on how much power, torque, how cool they are to drive.
The Nissan Leaf, great example, that's for sure.
New 18's out, 150 miles. It's a good car.
Oh, man. There's the old-time fire truck. Gotta love those things, too. Drive that to work every morning.
As long as they keep that water away from here.
Douglas County Fire District 2 water truck. I guess a tender truck, miniature tender truck. Yep. Here comes the big boy, though. This is the one that can hold some water coming up next, but...
You know, this is cool that they have this out here tonight because I've lived in Wenatchee my whole life, and I don't think I've seen this truck yet.
Ever?
I don't think so. So to bring it out here, this is neat.
That obviously is used in huge house fires, structure fires. It's got to be.
Well, and our airplanes at the airport keep getting bigger and bigger and
bigger. That's
bigger.
why you never see it. It's out at the airport.
Yeah,
that is quite a truck, isn't it?
Everything is fought from inside. They don't have to go outside.
Gonna get some folks wet tonight, maybe.
I was thinking Eric was gonna get it, but
I think Eric might. It might have got Eric. Now the Douglas County Sheriff vehicle that you'd never want to see chasing you out in the country.
Yeah, if you got one of those parked out in the front of your house, chances are you're in trouble. Or if you see it at your neighbor's house, yeah, you probably don't want to go outside.
Well, the banner for the band here, unfortunately, is rolled up, so I can't see who it is. I see junior high at the bottom of it, and I apologize, but the wind has kind of wrapped up the banner a little bit, so I can't give this band any props, but...
They sound great.
They do, and I did see junior high at the bottom, so we know it's a middle school band. Wouldn't be a parade without a band, Brent. It just wouldn't.
And you can't have the band just marching. They got to play music. I've never liked it when they just walked by and didn't play. Now I got to tell you, this guy up front here, just driving past us here in the Ford Ranger, the Duty Be Gone.
Right.
This guy earns every dime.
He needs to come to my house.
Yeah. That's why I don't own a dog.
There's an old Ford truck, our first older vehicle. What a great truck. I love the paint job.
All stock, all original, hasn't touched it, hasn't lowered it like you see most of these trucks out here.
And it's gorgeous. And of course, a John Deere that's orange. You see that all the time.
Really? Never have.
No, you don't. That is an old timer right there.
Are you talking about the guy driving it, or are you talking about the tractor?
The tractor. And that Massey Harris used to be around when I was farming in northern Montana, and that became Massey Ferguson later on. So Massey Harris developed into Massey Ferguson. You ever heard of that?
I think
Big implement company. John Deere 720. That was one of the first John Deeres that had power steering.
Wow.
I know. That was a big deal back then. The old 60s standards. Boy, look at those things. I'd like to sit on that all day and pull a plow, right?
I couldn't do it today's
wow.
In today's tractor, I don't think I could do it.
Oh, yes, you could. They're like Cadillacs now. Grant Olson and Brent Crowder with you. Nice to have you along tonight on the NCW Life Channel. We are underway for the 2018 Les Schwab Class C Chassis Parade, and a great crowd on hand. Tim Dietering, the City of East Wenatchee council member, and his son David Dietering of the U.S. Marine Corps.
Man, it's got to be proud to stand there next to his son in that fantastic uniform.
How proud is he right now?
That's got to be pretty cool.
And a beautiful Chrysler. I love that color. It's not really a blue or a green, is it, Brent?
No, I'll tell you what, it's really cool. It's got to be in the 50s. I know I should probably know that, but the fins give it away. Early 50s or late 40s.
The fins do give it away.
Wish I knew more.
Now it's another City of East Wenatchee council members. It's Jerry Crawford and Chuck Johnson. It's not really a candy apple red either, is it, Brent?
No, it's a brick red.
Brick red.
Not a fire engine red, but kind of a brick red. Cars that you don't get to see every day.
Boy, I guess.
And they live next door to you, and you don't get to see these things.
There's Matthew Hepner and his family, City of East Wenatchee council member as well. Yeah, beautiful car. Yellow is a popular color. Do you notice, though, Brent, you would more than anyone, colors have kind of gone away in cars. Now it's mainly what? Black, white, and gray.
Yeah.
You don't see the yellows and the bright blues and the colors that we used to see, do we?
And I would assume that it have something to do with the cells purpose. I mean, it's easy to turn someone to a more neutral color than it is to a bright color, I guess.
Well, I know year after year after year, white is usually the most popular color, right?
Well, white looks good 10 years down the road.
There's Frank Kuntz, mayor of the City of Wenatchee.
Good guy there.
And his significant other, Chrissy, who we love very much. What a great car. Senator Brad Hawkins and his family. Jeep Wrangler. Hello to Senator Hawkins.
And I got to tell you, there's some pretty good-looking trucks or Jeeps coming down the road, sponsored by Town Nissan, giving these folks a ride.
There's one of them right there, driven by Mike Johnson.
Yeah.
Got to give him a plug. And he's driving around Kyle Steinberg, Douglas County Commissioner of District 2. Here's Dan Sutton now, another Douglas County Commissioner. Is that your Jeep also, Brent?
That's our Jeep,
too.
I
saw that sitting out in front of the dealership. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, actually. That's pretty sharp.
It's a beautiful Jeep. Went deer hunt with Dan Sutton one time. Saw him shoot one of the biggest bucks I've ever seen anybody shoot. The
Great
luckiest
guy.
man in the world.
Just super great guy. Here's the Sterling Middle School band.
I went to this school. I won't tell you when.
You did?
Actually, I went to this school the very first year it was established.
No kidding.
They went to a middle school, and I was the first year there.
So that school's been around since 1946?
Yeah, you're funny. Feel like it sometimes.
What's cool is I live just a couple of houses down from Clovis Middle School.
Yeah.
So when I'm outside before work in the morning, I can hear them practicing out there in the school grounds.
Oh, yeah.
It's cool as heck. It really
They used to walk around the blocks at school.
It's a great way to get your day started. You hear band playing, it was neat. So you were a Cougar, huh, Brent?
Yeah, I guess that's what it was back then. Heck,
Probably
I don't know.
was.
That was a long time ago. I know I was a Wildcat.
You definitely were that, yeah. Tomorrow we'll see plenty of high school bands for the Stamil Growers Grand Parade. God, I love it when some of those big West Side schools come over with their bands with about 200 people in their
pretty
bands.
Cool. They put a show on, don't they?
It's impressive.
Yeah, they put a show on.
The Apple Blossom Festival, Apple area and Chancellor Brian Campbell and Lady Jody. That beautiful Ford Thunderbird, Brent. What year is that, roughly, do you think?
Oh, gosh.
I love the wheels on that thing.
I think 90s. My dad bought a brand new one in the turquoise blue.
Oh, that's a beautiful color.
Had it for 4 months. I think traded it in, bought a Corvette. And then traded the Corvette in, I think bought a Mustang.
Wow.
They only made that for 4 years. I think it was 4 years they made that.
Here's this year's Apple Blossom Festival Director General Andy Kottkamp and his wife Tam. Done a great job this year. What isn't the Apple Blossom a great time, right? Here comes our royalty now, Brent. The Apple Blossom Festival royalty.
They look beautiful.
Queen Greta Wiersma, Princess Jessica Murray, and Princess Sophie Castillo. I actually scored a sweatshirt just like that. I love it. Ford Fairlane, beautiful car, huh?
It is beautiful. I love that color. Corvair.
Wow.
So I don't know if anybody knows the history of this, but I'm trying to think of his name. Actually ruined this car. It was a fantastic car. Vader, what was his name?
Can't think of it.
Oh, gosh. He said that car was one of the most dangerous cars at his time when it was built.
No kidding.
And the Chevy Corvair, they quit building it. Rear engine car.
She got a unique style to it, that's for sure.
But a rear engine car and fast, believe it or not. It was pretty cool.
Just so sleek the way it sits down low to the ground, too.
Oh, I'm trying to think of his name. Ralph Nader.
Ralph Nader, yes.
Ralph Nader's the one that did that.
Yep. There's another Fairlane. Look at the little queen in there. Is that cute or what?
You know she's loving it.
Our friend Scotty holding up the parade.
Everybody knows Scott.
Here's the Cashmere royalty now. Queen Madison Sherman, Princess Lizzie Carney, and Princess Michaela Stoffel.
And a 69 Ford Mustang convertible.
Wow,
all stock, all original. That's a local car. Talked to the guy about that. He came upon that car by pure luck.
Wow. Here's a mariachi band now from East Wenatchee. I think it's Eastmont Junior High School. And there we have a random Toyota Sequoia. Just kidding. Beautiful vehicle. You get in trouble for that?
I don't know. I tell you what, you got to hand it to the auto manufacturer that sells the dealerships here in Wenatchee Valley. They give back to the community so much that half the people out there don't even know about.
It's totally true.
And it's usually kids, soccer teams, baseball teams, football teams, Wenatchee High School, Eastmont High School. My goodness, it's pretty cool. Pretty proud to work for a dealership here in town. And I got to tell you,
it's like a couple Nissans coming down the way, Brad.
These cars, I don't think anybody can touch these.
Well, tell us about it.
This is a brand new 2018 370Z. Beautiful car for the money, a lot of value. And then this black Nissan Maxima 2018.
I love those cars.
So this car's been lowered about 3 inches. It's got 20-inch wheels and tires on there. We tuned the windows. Nobody touches that car here in Wenatchee Valley. Absolutely beautiful.
That's great.
Pretty classic.
I love the effects. That just really made that. Now what's next?
And
your big boy, Titan.
Yeah, Toyota does a good job here with half-ton truck. And we've got all kids. What do we got? We got kids back here waving the American flag. What more do you want?
That's so true. And smiling.
Yeah.
Who can't smile at a parade?
And it's free.
Lots of Jeeps this time of year, huh? It's
that
Jeep,
time of year.
Jeep season. Yeah. Nice Charger right there.
It's a lot of car for the money.
Oh, boy, it sure is. There's the band I hear every morning, the Clovis Point Intermediate School Band. I probably know this song.
They look good. I tell you what, they got a lot of people in the band.
It's not bad. I love how the cheerleaders follow, too. It's great. But, when you're a few houses away, all you hear is the boom, 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 the drum,
Grant, I remember that growing up. I mean, you knew when you heard the bands outside that Apple Blossom was coming. It was cool. You couldn't wait.
Absolutely.
As a kid, it was an exciting time of the year.
Oh, it sure was.
Yeah, the Carnival. Carnival was great. Back then, it used to be up in Cashmere every year.
Oh, that's neat.
It was cool.
Yeah. Carnival's been kind of moved around.
It has.
Now it's at the parking lot of Town Toyota Center. Here's a GTO, Brent.
Here's a nice car.
Yes. Makes you want to sing the song, doesn't it?
Yeah. That makes me want to drive
Little
it.
GTO. Gosh, that's gorgeous.
67 GTO, and this car's cool. It's nicer. It's beautiful inside. It looks like it just rolled off the showroom floor inside. I took a look at it earlier. Daily driver, beautiful car. I'd do anything in the world for something like that. Nice car. And behind that, I don't know if you guys can see it yet. It'll be coming up. It'll be a 72 Buick Grand Sport. I don't see this car very often.
Boy, you don't see that car very often.
No, totally different body lines. It was a big car back then, but cool car back then.
Beautiful beige color. I like that. That's unique as well. Here's our first Corvette of the night, Brent.
Do you remember, what was it, California Summer? What was that show where they stole the Corvette? It was all tricked out.
Wow.
Had the same type of hood. It was pretty cool.
There's an old-time Jeep, too, you don't see every day.
And old Willys.
Old Willys. That is an old-timer right there.
59 Corvette?
I think so.
Now look at those two boys. Tell me those guys have never gotten in trouble before.
They probably still are getting in trouble.
Exactly. 59 Corvette, I believe, red and white. Beautiful car. Getting harder and harder to find every day.
Boy, what do we got here?
I don't know.
It just sounds fast.
I don't know if that's an original Shelby, but looks like one. Sounds like a Ford.
God.
You can definitely
Yeah,
tell the Ford between a Chevy small block.
Old Trans Am.
I tell you what, these are coming back.
Yeah, Firebird Formula. Boy, it's what 75?
Yeah, 75, 76,
Yeah.
77. The cool thing about that is you can buy these cars now. Most people can afford that.
Right.
And they're coming back.
There's a Rally Sport Z28 I would love to have. That's probably a 68. Somewhere in there, Brent? Wow.
Sounds pretty good.
Sure does.
79 Ford Standard Cab. Nice truck.
Not too many standard cabs anymore, are there?
Yeah, try buying one. You can't find them.
Right. Another Trans Am. An oldie but a goodie.
Speaking of that, have you seen Burt Reynolds lately?
No, yeah, I have actually.
Well, I'll tell you what, the car looks a little bit younger than Burt Reynolds does. That's something I can afford right there.
It's nice. Custom cab.
Got a hole for the fuel tank. What more do you want?
Now here's our first Mustang of the night. I love this color.
Local guy here in town, great guy, owns that car. I'm trying to think of the car. It's a rare one. It's
302 in it.
Gosh darn it. I should know.
Another Mustang.
I feel bad that I don't know.
I'm glad Mustang, though, went back to kind of their roots in their style. Not that some of these are bad styles, but they kind of went back to their roots a little bit.
No,
didn't
Camaro did a good job with the retro style, and it was good to see Mustang come back with it too. Even though I think Chevrolet did a better job when it comes to retro.
They got back the muscle car kind of look about it.
Absolutely, and it's done well for them.
There's a Camaro right there I love. Now that's in the 60s right there, Brent.
I'm telling you what, it's the 68, 69. These things aren't cheap.
Oh.
There's a lot of money out here tonight. It's got the Pro Street look, like it.
Here's Al Capone coming by now.
without the holes. I went to school with
Here's
that
your
guy.
car, Brent.
He's
Here
great.
it is.
54, 50, 55, 56, 50, 54, 55.
Yeah, I think so. Another Corvette as well going by, a little newer style. Not the new style, but newer, right?
65 Mustang coming down.
What'd you do?
It's a different color too, isn't it, Brent?
Yeah. Boy, it's so funny how much different the Fords sound than the Chevys.
Well, you can tell the difference, can't you?
Huge.
Here's a nice Chevy right here. You don't see too many Apaches around anymore, that's for sure.
No, you don't. And if you do, they're sitting 2 inches off the ground. This one is four-wheel drive. Absolutely beautiful.
Anything else I can for you?
Here's a Mercedes you don't see every day.
Gosh, I need one of those for deer hunting.
Would that be nice?
Yeah, it would.
Just throw it in the back, right?
If you can
Another
get it up
beautiful
there.
Thunderbird, too. Gosh, they're beautiful. Another old Chevy coming your way, too, Brent.
57.
Wow. I like how it's just kind of the original style, too, don't you? Nothing's really been done to that car that much.
No, if you could go back about 50 years or so, that's exactly what you saw cruising down Wenatchee Avenue.
Here's some Mopar power for us again, a Dodge. Very unique paint on that, the brown and gold together.
You know, my stepfather had owned the wheat ranch up at Horse Lake Road for years and years and years. That was their homestead up there. And they had wheat trucks that they hauled wheat off the mountains with.
Mm-hmm.
And they were those years, you know, they were 40s, 47s, 49s with 10,000 miles on them. That's all they had.
Right.
Absolutely
right.
beautiful trucks. And when they got rid of the farm, they got rid of the trucks for absolutely nothing.
Well, here's a classic coming our way right now.
Gosh, you can hear it. That guy's had that car for about 20 years.
You know, I've seen it in this parade many times.
He dragged that car, he said, from up in the mountains of Badger Mountain piece by piece.
Wow.
Had bullet holes all over it, and they just now put the roof on it last year, he said. And I think he said it came off at 32 is what he said.
Here's a beautiful Ford F-100. Another beautiful paint job. That's one thing that stands out about a lot of these cars, doesn't it, Brent? Just the paint is spectacular.
Beautiful.
There's a Camaro right in front of us. Love the wheels on that. They're all putting on a little show for Eric out there in the street, I noticed.
Yeah, as long as the police don't see him, we're going to be okay.
Wow. All I can say about that, Brent.
I don't think you have to say anything. The car
cool.
just did.
It's cool. Yes.
I got to tell you, here comes one of my favorite ones here in a little bit. You don't see very many of them. Great Thunderbird there.
The ice cream truck, Brent?
Yeah, I haven't seen one of those in a long time. But the car I've been looking at all night, if there's a price tag on it, I'm buying it. A 65 Chevelle with a 327. You could get that in a big block in 1965. Beautiful car, cool car, and that's what my dad used to race for years and years.
That is so cool. I bet it was fun just being around him working on vehicles, wasn't it?
The smell of gas.
Right.
The fumes in the garage where everybody was tuning the engines up was the coolest thing as a 12-year-old or 13-year-old boy.
Wenatchee Valley Shuttle involved, of course, in the Class E Chassis Parade. They have some nice new vehicles now to take you over to the Seattle area, to the airport, or to ball games. It's a great way to go. You don't have to drive, and if you don't have to drive, it's always a good thing.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to have a conversation with your wife on a trip where you're not sitting there trying to stay awake.
Especially in the traffic on I-90, right?
Yeah, that's why I live in Wenatchee.
Brand new bus, beautiful.
Whose job is to wash that thing?
Probably take a while, wouldn't it?
It would. Little Nova 2 right there in front of you.
1963.
Cool car. Look how small it was, though.
Boy, I guess.
Small car, and then in the late 60s, they kept getting bigger and bigger. Then 70s, they got crazy. And then right behind that, you got the 68 Mustang.
Oh.
My first car in 1985. Thought it was the coolest kid.
That was your first car?
My first car.
Wow, weren't you lucky?
Yeah.
Here was my first car coming right now.
You know what? I might have had more fun in that one.
That was my first car.
That's great. Were you alive or were you dead?
We called it the Joplin Ambulance Service.
That's great. I'm sure your mom was proud.
Oh, yeah.
ZZ Top is what I think about when I see this car. Absolutely beautiful.
Coming to Town Toyota Center July 29th, by the way. Nice plug for the Town Toyota Center.
Love ZZ Top.
Here's a 327 Camaro again.
Oh, nice car.
This sounds mean, doesn't it?
And those were the Robertsons. Know them quite well. Been in Wenatchee Valley for a long time. Good people.
Pontiac convertible.
Now those two boys look like trouble too. They do.
There's a 55 Chevy. Pretty much original condition too, I think, Brent.
Beautiful.
Now, is that a Model T or a Model A?
I would assume Model A was probably first, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is a Model A. We had one of each on our farm that were just in sheds. They're beautiful Camaro, too.
66 Mustang, I believe. Now here's something I can control right here. This is more my speed right here.
Great gas mileage.
Absolutely.
Beautiful pink.
Easy to park.
Easy to park. 1955 Hudson.
And you could find that car easily in the parking lot.
You could. Look at that Bonneville. I'll tell you a story about a Bonneville. My dad had a 72 Bonneville 4-door, and it had one of the rare 455 GM engines in it. Not a 454, a 455. And my brother and I joked that you could go 30, 40 miles an hour without even stepping on the gas in that thing. Could pass everything on the road but a gas station.
Absolutely.
Brent.
Back then, who cared at 25 cents a gallon?
Ford Mustang Cobra right here, GT 500.
You know, and that's got to sound, that thing sounds great too. It sounds almost old school, not quite, but almost.
You're right.
That does sound good. Uh-oh, check.
Look how bad
this
that looks right there. And Eric has a perfect angle on that.
That is awesome, and it sounds great. I don't know
love
if you guys out there
the lit up skull in there. You see the skull? There's a great view of it.
Hey, do you think that kid in there's enjoying himself?
I think he's having fun, and he's got a rat skull in there too. I don't want to know about that. Here's a car that's been around a while, huh, Brent?
Yeah, it has. Seen it around. It's pretty cool.
What'd you call it earlier? A truck?
I called it a T-bucket. I thought that's what they called it.
Here we go.
Now this thing looks like it just came off Badger Mountain.
That's awesome. He's got a skeleton in there too. It's kind of the theme tonight with these older cars. I like that rusty on the side of that.
Nice. Got a Ford 9-inch rear end there in the back.
1950, I think it is. It says it on the plate, so I'm assuming it's a 1950. It's a nice looking truck.
Local truck here in town. I've seen him around. Actually, I got to tell you a story. I was going to buy their house, and that car was sitting in the garage.
Yes, if that came with it.
Yeah, I asked. Needless to say, my wife said I couldn't have it.
Camaro Z28, beautiful orange color.
Favorite color.
Folks are getting some coverage tonight with Eric out on the street like he is.
Well, this is the way it should be, up close.
I think so, too. It's the only way you can really get a look at these cars, for sure. There's a Rally Sport 350 RS Camaro.
A lot of Camaros tonight.
There are a lot of Camaros. I love that sort of burgundy color on Camaros, too. It's just so sharp, isn't it?
It's a classic.
Even the new cars that have that color look great.
You know, here's a word that you don't ever hear very often, candy apple red.
Right.
That back then, that was the color everybody wanted, was candy apple red. I can hear my dad say that a million times, but you don't hear it anymore.
Another Chevy there. That's about a 56, isn't it?
55, I think?
Yeah.
No, 50.
Oh, Bel Air.
No, it's a 57.
Bel Air.
I hope we're wrong. I hope we're right. A few car guys out there.
Well, if we're close, you know. We're hoping we're close.
Now, I do know about this car that's coming up here.
Mint green.
So this 55 Chevy coming up.
Right here,
there,
yellow and black.
Yeah, this has got a 429 in it.
Holy
this car's
cow.
all motor right here. So
wow.
It's a sleeper. So when you pull up next to it, don't think that you're going to beat this thing off the
I love
line.
the bumblebee theme they have going with this car, and the white walls. Gosh, I love white walls. You don't see that ever anymore.
Nah, this guy's trying to hide what he's got underneath the hood. Don't bet him for pink slips.
One of many Cadillacs that we'll see tonight. We will see a few Cadillacs, followed by another Mustang.
67, it looks like. It is a 67.
Oh, yeah,
there we go. Now, these guys have got open headers, so they don't actually have their exhaust on
There's
the
the
headers.
Steve McQueen car almost right there.
There you go.
Now they're moving along where we can't catch them. Another sort of, I guess, I called it a kit car. I guess you don't really call them kit cars, do you, Brent?
No. I swear I think they're T-buckets. Someone can call and tell me differently, but that's what
Here you go, SS.
Nice car, 396. Is that what I see?
That was a very popular color,
big block,
wasn't it?
Beautiful. Yeah, that might have been a factor color back then.
Right.
You see a ton of them.
Sure. Look at this Datsun.
Hey, there you go.
A Datsun 2000.
And now you would call them
look
Nissan.
at the shape of that car. That is amazing.
You know, some people, that car's probably worth as much money out there as some of these hot rods.
Oh, wow. A beautiful Mustang, kind of a rust color. I know
The
you
old copper color.
don't like to say rust in the car business, I know, but.
Well, now the rat rods would say. And there's a Toyota Land Cruiser.
Wow. You don't see those every day
No,
either.
I'll try buying one of those today.
The old Bug.
Okay, so I've been trying to buy this car here.
Wow, 340.
So this guy, I know this guy really well. He bought this car brand new and has had it ever since. He's got over 100,000 miles on that car, but that's the way it came off the showroom floor.
Amazing. Another Nova behind that. That copper color once again.
First Nova we've seen.
There's the Chevy Bumblebee.
That's awesome.
It can go a little bit.
I think so.
Yeah, you can go a little bit. Now this car, I would drive this around all the time.
I think this might be a 55.
There's just something
Or
so
59.
cool about this car.
55 or 59. I'm sorry. I should know this.
Beautiful Impala.
With a hydraulic system going on. Pretty cool.
That is just so sharp.
See, I love that body style.
That is just, I love the fins, don't you?
I think that's classic. That ride right there, that was good. And you remember the old lowriders back
I do.
back in the early 90s?
I do.
I had one of those.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, if you had a lowrider back then, you were it. Had an 89 Nissan hard body truck.
Wow, that's awesome. Chevy's still making some noise down there. I always thought after some of these parades, I wish some of these cars would go out to Super Oval and just get after it and see what you got.
Gosh, I'd like to see some of these guys just
maybe on a
roast them out
straightaway
here.
even, not so much a oval, but.
Well, they're afraid that they'd lose control out here too and hit somebody. So we don't want that to happen. But man, it would be cool if they could open up.
Oh
once in a while.
gosh, wouldn't it?
If it were me, I'd probably do it and I'd get in trouble and I'd lose my car.
Not a lot of Corvettes this year, Brent. Normally you see quite a few Corvettes, but I think we've only seen, what, 3 or 4 maybe so far tonight.
Here's something here. It's a 270 or, 270. 280Z.
Yeah.
They started out with the 240, then the 260, then 270, and then the 270. Never went to the 270. Yeah, maybe they did.
And that is a nice driving car.
I had one of those too. Nice, cool. Drove nice. There's that Chevy still.
Wow. There's a big car. I mean, it's a beast, this car. Look at the back end of this thing. Isn't that great?
Was it Christine? Was that a Cadillac or was that an Oldsmobile?
I don't remember in the Stephen King movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was an Oldsmobile.
Don't recommend anybody to watch it. It was pretty gory, but great show.
Boy, these cars, they just take you back to like the Rat Pack days or something. Can't you see Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin driving one of these things down the strip in Vegas or something?
Sammy Davis Jr. just laughing with a drink in their hand.
That's so great. Just got so much style.
Back when life was great, nobody cared what you were doing.
All right, Challenger RT.
Beautiful car. Saw this earlier today driving through town. I like this car.
You know, orange doesn't work on every car, Brant, but it works on this car.
He did a good job. Lowered, sounds good, nice
Beautiful.
wheels. A lot of car for very little money right there. Yeah, it looks like they're having a good time.
They are having a good time. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Vominos Moving Service. Advertisers right here in the NCW Life channel. We appreciate that. Also the Community Bookmobile in the Classy Chassis Parade.
Hey, and we have coming up here close here pretty soon the most important people in Wenatchee Valley, the garbage man.
Absolutely right.
You got to take care of your garbage man.
Yep.
I take care of mine. I make sure he's known that he is the most favorite guy in the whole neighborhood. Because I know he's dumping stuff he probably shouldn't be.
Do you want to mention that the Antique Mall at Cashmere has something for everyone? 15,000 square feet to explore. You'll find antiques and collectibles open every day, 9 to 7. Come find your treasure today at Antique Mall at Cashmere. And thank you so much for sponsoring the Apple Blossom Parades. There's a beautiful GMC there, Brent. That color is so popular, isn't it?
Well, that was a color back in this day.
It really was.
You know, that's a
teal,
beautiful truck.
Is it teal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Proud man there. Out having a good time. That's a beautiful truck. That, by far, is probably one of the nicer, older GMCs I've seen here tonight.
You know, I agree. I love the color.
And there we had a Dodge Diesel. There's an old truck.
Wow, old school fire truck there.
I wonder where it came from. It's too bad that they didn't leave the markings on it.
Yeah, that would have been kind of neat.
Yeah. Now here comes a car that wasn't very popular 15, 20 years ago, and nowadays try to buy one of these, and the prices have jumped up tremendously here in the last 6, 7 years. I've been looking at trying to buy one of these for about 3 or 4 years. 70s, yeah. And the prices are outrageous. And if you look inside, the materials and the plastics that they used back in the 70s weren't so great.
So what do you think it has in it then, Brent?
You're probably looking at a small block 350.
Right.
Which is a great engine. You can do just about anything you want to it.
Columbia River Boat Rentals, that time of year.
My wife put the kibosh on me this year. I wanted to buy a boat, and she said absolutely not.
That happens.
Yeah.
You know. Now the party boat that's coming, that's what I would like to kind of have. You get about
there you go.
a dozen, 14 people on there, right there. Have a good time, right? Like they are.
Nice boat. I got to sell a few more cars before I can get into that.
Wouldn't that be fun, though? Just take some friends out on the river or up to Lake Chelan and just have some fun.
You know, Lake Wenatchee, you can rent those up there at Lake Wenatchee and fish for your whole family. It's great.
That's the way to do it.
Pretty cool, and it's not that expensive.
Right. Nice to see everyone. Thanks for being with us right here on the Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade. I'm Grant Olson along with Brent Crowder on this beautiful, it's turned out to be now, Friday night, our final Friday of Apple Blossom 2018. And all kinds of folks
there we are.
Along the way. Some more old timers here. Gosh, can't imagine driving those things on those dirt roads where I grew up. I just can't imagine what that was like.
Well, if you had a kidney belt,
Model
you'd probably
T right there. Thank you, Eric. Boy, it's in great shape too, isn't it? On the inside, just fantastic.
Where do you find those cars at?
You know, like I said, they're in farmers' sheds all over the place. You know.
Comes a Ford Falcon, and the neat thing about this, if you look at the boat, it's the same year as the car. Everything is retro. The guy, I know this guy very, very well.
A Falcon Squire.
This car is absolutely beautiful. Inside now, all original. The boat is the same year as the car.
That is very cool.
This is what, if you want to go back in time, there you go. Back in the 60s, that was your family right there.
Glass spar boat and a Ford Falcon. What else do you need, Brent?
Nothing.
Now we've got Al Capone coming by. That is beautiful.
That looks like Al Capone on the passenger side right there. Just kind of got the harm just hanging out there. You're waiting for a few guns to poke out the window.
Beautiful burgundy color. And the wood grain inside, you know it's full of that, right?
Oh, yeah. Diamond tuck, probably interior.
Another old VW, fantastic shape. I've never seen one quite like that.
That's it's got the trucks where both sides fold down.
For hauling, I guess you see them like in army vehicles where they had the canvas.
They had
sides,
it right though. Look at that. Can you imagine if your GMC 2000 or your Nissan Titan did that?
Right.
Why don't they do that?
That would be a good idea.
You know,
actually.
fold the sides down. You get the old 79.
Got some candy with her, too.
Is she throwing out candy?
Looks like she had a bunch of Hershey Kisses, but she wasn't giving Eric any.
He's had a few anyway.
There's a paint job on that Ford. Wow.
Oh, what do you got here?
Bronco.
74, 75 Bronco, I believe. I had one of those. Cool, cool, cool. They went against the Toyota Land Cruiser and the International Scout.
International Scout. An Oldsmobile.
Caprice?
I think it is a Caprice, you're right.
East Wenatchee, if you want one of those, go to East Wenatchee Super Oval, and you'll see about 100 of those things.
You
driving
do,
around the
you
track.
do.
There you go, Grant. Take
First
your wife.
motorcycle of the night.
Take your wife for a ride in the back of that. Nice bike.
There is no
Very
back
cool.
of that.
That's the point. She doesn't have to go. You get to go by yourself.
Here we go, another Impala.
Nice car.
Followed by a beautiful red Mustang.
Another 68 Mustang.
We have definitely seen more Mustangs than anything.
They've taken over this year.
Another nice GMC truck, too.
That's different. Long bed. Looks like a 3/4 ton. A little heavier truck than most.
It's like the tires were almost too big for it, doesn't it, at the time?
Yeah. 67 Mustang, same color I used to have. Thought about buying a truck like this and fixing it up. You can still find these fairly cheap.
The Chevy 10.
You know, and they're kind of cool.
They are. Older Mercedes and another Mustang behind that. Think some of these cars, it's the original color, Brent, or you think they just preferred them? No? They didn't make orange Mustangs
I don't think they made
then?
that color back then. And most of the time you had your teals, your rust-looking colors.
Here's another SS.
Some reds. Now here comes my car the whole night. My favorite.
That Camaro SS.
No, I got to tell you, it's right here.
The
69 Mach 1. This car is awesome. I couldn't find the owner earlier tonight. Wouldn't do me any good.
And that is definitely a car you don't see every day.
No, that's cool. Tell you what, this car sounds good.
It really does. Got that rumble about it, doesn't it?
Yeah, don't let that car fool you. He's got a lot of money under the hood.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds really good.
And there's Chevy. There's a Caprice, an old Chevy Caprice right there.
So my best friend in high school, his brother had one of these, an Oldsmobile Cutlass, and it caught on fire in the garage, about burnt the house down. But we thought that was the coolest car at its time.
It's a very unique style, isn't it?
It's totally different. Sounds good as well.
Sure does.
Some of these cars, you know, you can tell they just have the open exhaust, and there's not that much money under the hood. And some of these, I mean, are absolutely just smooth.
Yeah, that's right. Little custom 10 Chevy again. Red is a popular color tonight as well. Followed by a Mercury Monterey, the yellow car right there.
That looks like it got pretty good gas mileage back in its time.
This Monterey?
Yeah, a little heavy iron there. Now, what you see there with the kids in the back, that was probably pretty common back then.
Another Mach 1 Mustang going by.
A little bigger car than the last one. I think that's a 71, 72.
Right.
They changed it up a little bit that year.
Mustang with a 4.6 in it.
Tons of people out here tonight. Everybody's having a good time. Weather's nice. Everybody's out here in shorts, having a good time. Great night to be out here.
It really is. We're hoping the parade will be just like this tomorrow morning. Look at that car.
See, in a car like that, I don't want to drive. I want to sit in the back seat.
I know, just sit in it, right?
Yeah, I just want to sit back and let someone else drive.
Boy, that's fantastic.
Beautiful
Great shot.
Mercury here. Beautiful car.
That black it fits that car, doesn't it, Brent?
Yeah, there's not a flaw in the paint job from here.
Oh, and remember the days where they put chrome on cars? You don't see that much anymore either, but look at the chrome on that thing. Just gorgeous.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Without trying, like you said,
exactly,
right?
without trying.
Right.
You know, I'm sitting here looking at this car underneath it, and literally there's only probably an inch, maybe an inch and a half of clearance underneath the car.
Boy, that's right.
Yeah, there's a difference between the guys trying and the guys are not.
You can tell, for sure.
Yeah.
There's a beautiful Chevy. I love that color combination,
That's
that brown
classic.
and black. So pretty. Would like to mention that for 90 years, Oval Fruit Company's passion has and continues to be to deliver top dessert quality fruit to its customers all over the world. Oval Fruit Company, where passion meets flavor. Well, this car's got the flames, Brent, so it's got to be fast, right?
It looks fast. He's got the bullet holes on the side, too.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Some guy dropping his daughter off too late and got shot at. Back in the days, I think they did that kind of stuff.
I think so, too.
If they weren't home on time, he just got shot. The old Dodge Demon. You don't see these very often. Cool car if you have the money to fix them up. I haven't seen a Dodge Demon, I bet you, in 10 years. That's pretty cool.
Another SS. Listen to that Demon. Now a Corvette, another one. We haven't seen a whole lot of them, as we mentioned. Beautiful black Corvette.
You got the American flag sticking out in these cars. Pretty cool. Now this is the kind of car your wife or my wife, I think, would drive.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. Now that's probably a car that'll get you some mileage right there.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. There's a convertible Camaro. I'm a blue fan, Brent, so
cool.
I'll take
Blue's
a blue
cool.
car anytime.
I would too.
Seen a few Trans Ams tonight. Here's another one.
They're coming back, I'm telling you. They are coming back.
My buddy had a Firebird that had the big eagle on the hood and the black one. Gosh, it was something. That 400 will move too, won't it?
You know, late 90s, you know, the cars didn't have a lot. In the late 70s, cars didn't have a lot of horsepower because of the unleaded fuel, and they had to cut back emissions and everything like that. But
how about a lifted
or a lowrider
Suburban?
Pretty cool, actually. I saw the guy out here polishing the wheels tonight. He was pretty proud of it, and actually, it's pretty neat.
Boy, talk about low to the ground. Look at that.
These guys are actually dragging on the pavement as they drive by in front of us here. That's a girl driving.
It is.
Yeah, look, a couple girls, no guys in there.
Another classic coming right here.
In work still.
In progress. Original color, you think?
What, the gray or the orange?
Yeah.
Gray, probably.
There's a SS that I would drive right there.
Yeah.
That, beautiful.
72, 71?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. One of the landscapers here in Wenatchee that actually blew out my water lines last year.
You know everyone, Brent.
Well,
kids love riding in these cars. Why wouldn't you?
now I got to tell you, I think I rode home in that one night a couple years ago, and I think it was all yellow.
Now it's all black.
Now it's all black. I thought it said taxi on the side. I can't remember. All right, here we go. What's he going to do?
Look at that.
for
She's
us?
taking a
Here we
picture
go.
of Eric as he's filming her. Love the wheels on that thing. Hey, I want to let you know the Golfer's Edge is moving in June. Ed and Tonya would like to thank all of you for your decade of support. Ed will continue to offer club repair and lessons now out at the Highlander Golf Course. Stop on by the Golfer's Edge now at the Highlander Golf Course, and it is beautiful up there. You're a golfer. I heard you sold your clubs.
I sold my gloves. I haven't gone out like in 5 years. They were just sitting there. Got tired of looking at them. I figured out something else to do with the money.
I've threatened to quit golf and just fish. It's so frustrating. Boy, I don't even know what this is right here, Brand. I wish I did. Very cool. It's a good selection of vehicles tonight, like it always is. Now as they make their way down Grant Road, of course, they'll take the right turn at Valley Mall Parkway. Go past, I think it's Wild Rivers about right there, maybe to that four-way stop.
Yeah, right there where 7-Eleven is.
Right.
And that's the end of it.
Yep.
32 Ford?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? 32?
I think so.
Something like that? It's the first one of the night I've seen.
That purple and orange works together,
That's
doesn't it?
Cool.
One of the first Chevy trucks right there. There's a truck. But thing's quiet, just purrs, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know, that guy wouldn't want me to have that thing. I'd lower that thing down on the ground, and I'd probably ruin it.
Those moon hubcaps, I loved them. You saw them on a lot of vehicles back in those days, too.
And you don't want to replace one today. Of course, I know they remanufacture
Well, people would
that
kick
stuff,
them in,
yeah.
remember, dent them up in the, yeah. One of the more unique colored cars of the night right here.
Yeah, totally different color. A mauve?
Yeah, that's what I would, I would say that. Maybe a chocolate, light chocolate.
Strange looking color, but looks nice for that particular era of a car. Very clean, very smooth.
Boy, it is very clean.
Yeah, that car is a lot nicer than what you think it is. Color just doesn't set it off as nice as it really is.
There's a Chevy, looks like it means business.
Yeah, this guy's got some money in the wheels here, doesn't he?
Boy, he does.
Uh-oh, he's stopping. We're in trouble. What's he going to do? Oh, look at that. And that's an idle right there, just
wow.
so you
Do it again.
guys know. And that, folks, is an idle. So start your car up, letting it warm up, and the wheels start turning.
Old Camaro with a 327 up next. Green with a white top. I love it.
Old Ford Ranchero right here. Going against the El Camino back in its day.
Sure did. Didn't quite catch on like the El Camino, though, did it?
No, it just didn't have the lines, but that one's pretty cool. Probably not going to see that cruising down the avenue very soon. Or anytime soon.
In the heart of Apple Country on Highway 97 is Lone Pine Fruit and Espresso. Cafe-style deli, fresh shakes, local wines, and in-season fruit. They're open daily. Lone Pine Fruit and Espresso. Here's a car for sale, Brant.
I can afford that one.
Maybe Eric will catch a phone number for you.
Yeah, I'm going to pass. Don't like the color, but cool car.
It is a cool car.
The old Ford Torino.
Oh, GT.
This car I'd never really liked except for the last 3 or 4 years. I keep looking at this body style, and that movie with Clint Eastwood in it made this car famous again. Neat.
Great movie besides, too. That was a great car in that movie.
Yep. What would it be like to be back in Detroit, Michigan? Back in the heydays, you know, when these cars were rolling off the assembly lines, 68 and 69, where it was all about style and horsepower.
Oh, absolutely, or a 340 with a six-pack.
Yeah.
Right here.
You know, just neat stuff. I'd do anything to go back just for like a couple days.
Wouldn't it be
and
fun?
Stand there and
Like Back to the Future
Oh, yeah,
or
watch
something.
them come off.
Now, this one might be the closest to Candy Apple Red we've seen, don't you think, Brant?
Pretty cool. Sleek. Gosh, I want to guess 50s Chevrolet.
GT
Or
Cobra
Ford,
Mustang just going by. Chevy pickup again.
Another one with the exhaust, with the headers open.
That thing just growls. Just flat out growls, doesn't it?
You'd almost have to load it on a trailer to get it home tonight just because it sits so low. Another Nova. I like the Nova.
Really nice shape, too.
You know, they made those with
Couple
the
of
305
SSs.
in it, and it wasn't much of an engine back then.
No.
And then you got the Impala.
My aunt and uncle had a car almost just like that, a convertible. Red and everything. Back in the day.
Now that looks all original. The paint on that, the molding, everything looked original on that car.
I'd like to thank a couple more of our sponsors. Auto Mocha. What is your Auto Mocha emergency? Get your day going and stay going at one of 6 Auto Mocha stands around our valley. Hot drinks, cold drinks, breakfast. Stop in at Auto Mocha. What's your Auto Mocha emergency?
And the people that work for Auto Mocha are the best.
They are.
My daughter's one of them.
So there's an El Camino. We saw a Ranchero. That thing's in great shape.
80s.
Yep.
80s El Camino.
F-150 Ranger right there.
It's a clean truck.
Really is.
I love the color on that, too.
We've seen a lot of 55 to 57 Chevys, haven't we? Why wouldn't you?
It's a car out of my budget. I can tell you that now. Nice car.
These things take a lot of work too, don't they, Brent? I mean, you're constantly doing something, polishing them, dusting, changing something, maybe.
That's the fun part of having it.
I guess it is.
You know, you sit out in the garage and you pour something cold to drink, you look at it, you wash it, you polish it, you change something it doesn't like.
Polish it again.
Yep, do it again. You know, things might not be going so smooth in the house, so you go outside in the garage and hide out for an hour or two.
Another beautiful blue Cobra Mustang, followed by another Elvis car here. Baby blue Cadillac.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis is in the house.
And it's not Mayor Steve Lacy in there, I don't think. Jeep season for sure.
That's a nice looking Jeep.
Sure is. There's your car, Brent.
350Z. You know, this car, you can buy these cars for around 30, 40, 50,000 miles on them for around 15 grand. And for the performance and the style and the fun, the drivability of it, if that's a word.
It's so aerodynamic too,
cool cars,
isn't it?
Yep. And I know where you can buy a brand new one of those at today.
I bet you do. Go see Brent at Town Nissan. How about that?
Thank you very much.
Got some flames coming out of there.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Is that on purpose?
Oh, Z28 Camaro, folks.
Oh, wow.
Dodge Charger. First one of the night. And it is very, very nice. Old school with the traction bars and the rear end jacked up a little bit.
That was always just a great looking car.
It's a big car.
There's a Dodge Dart, GT Dodge Dart.
I don't think they sold a lot of those back in its time. They might have.
Here's a car that might be all original right there, too, or most of it, do you think?
Yeah, and it sounds good, too. It's another one of those sleepers you don't want to go and bet pink slips in the red light. You
absolutely. Beautiful dark green Chevrolet.
See, now the bed on that looks a lot shorter than stock. That doesn't look like the right bed, right length.
No, it doesn't, does it?
It looks like they've shortened it up.
Beautiful truck.
Now
there is a nice truck.
Yeah, this is cool. This is our age right here. This is our style.
Yeah.
GMC. Beautiful truck. This is a daily driver, too, and it's still super, super clean. Very nice, good colors, all traditional. Original wheels, just a clean looking GMC.
Mustang GT behind that.
68.
Yep. It kind of purrs down the road too, doesn't it?
That's nice.
Here's DePass Racing right here, Brent.
A lot of Nissans out tonight. I gotta say.
There are. An old-time Stingray. We haven't seen one of those yet, I don't think.
No, we were talking about that. 1963 was the first year that the Corvette Stingray came out, they said. And I think ended, well, I don't know. I know in 71, 72, I believe they had the Stingray. So, by looking at the parade tonight, are there more people out there buying new Ford Mustangs versus Chevy Camaros? What would you say by looking at tonight?
Looking tonight, I would say more Mustangs.
By far.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely probably 4-to-1 when it comes to new cars. You're definitely seeing way more new Mustangs.
I think it's because, like I said it earlier, they went back kind of to their old style, and I think that really made a difference.
The color on this car right here, I like. Some people may not. I think this is neat.
It's with the silver mixed in with the green that really kind of sets it off, don't you?
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Boy, that's about it.
Well, Grant, I got to tell you, what a blast tonight.
Oh, don't you love this?
Yeah, thanks for inviting me down here tonight.
The atmosphere's great. It's just a great time. Anything you do with Apple Blossom's always fun.
And plus, you got me out of work.
That's right. We'll take another 3-minute timeout, Caitlin, and we will come back and wrap things up from Grant Road and the 2018 Les Schwab Class C Chassis Parade on the NCW Life Channel right after this.
Hello, Wenatchee Valley. Christian Shaman here with Bay Equity Home Loans.
Let us make your dream of home ownership a reality. We're here to guide you through the loan process every step of the way. Check out our convenient online application. Bay Equity Home Loans in Wenatchee, your home for loans.
Stop on by or give us a call today.
Welcome to Boswell's Home Furnishings. Come in and explore their expansive 2-story showroom at your leisure. You'll find comfort and inspiration for every room in your home. Boswell's has been filling customer furniture needs for decades, from contemporary to the classics, for living room, dining room, and bedroom sets. Purchase in-store or create your own unique style. With Boswell's complimentary design service, your vision is their passion. Where would you like to start?
Dear Mary Maids, please clean the kitchen, and the cabinets, and the floors, and the chairs. And I wish you could clean the dog. Colin is now feeding himself. Thanks, Megan.
Hi, Megan. No worries. We got it all cleaned up. Let's hope Colin gets past the spaghetti flinging stage soon. Till then, we've got you covered. See you next time. Mary Maids.
Every golfer aims to play their best, and smart golfers turn to the Golfer's Edge to get the Golfer's Edge. PGA professional Ed Payne has you covered from tee to green. You can work on your swing or play 18 in air-conditioned comfort on the golf simulator. Tanya's Corner has all the apparel the golfer needs at sale prices. And Ed can even rebuild your favorite set of clubs or custom make you a brand new set. Ask how you can qualify for a free 30-minute lesson at the Golfer's Edge on Mission between Kittitas and Yakima.
Grant Olson and Brent Crowder back here in front of Local Telecommunications on Grant Road, and we just wrapped up the 2018 Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade. Excellent parade as always, Brent, and some of these cars, it just takes you back so much, doesn't it? And
Yeah.
I know we're getting older and all of that, but boy, it just brings back so many memories.
It
It's
makes
fun.
you want to go back home, and if you got any loose cash hanging around, what can I buy?
Right.
No, just a great time. You see a lot of cars out here tonight that people were proud of. They put a lot of time, a lot of money into it. And the cool thing about it, if you really sit back as we're getting older, you saw a lot of families out here tonight.
Yes.
And you saw the kids in the cars, and you saw the American flags and the beautiful cars. It was neat. It was cool. I was glad to be a part of it.
It really was. Great to have you along,
thanks a
too.
lot for
Let's do
asking.
it again next year. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do, please.
And I do want to thank everybody involved with the broadcast tonight. Of course, Eric out on the street with the camera. Rachel doing a great job. Tucker, I want to thank you. Caitlin back in the studio. Fantastic job as always. And also Brandon, who was here setting things up. We couldn't have done it with all the folks from NCW Life. And guess what? We're going to do it all again tomorrow morning for the Stamilk Growers Grand Parade. Our coverage will begin at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. So please join us again tomorrow. Live coverage of the Grand Parade right here on the NCW Life channel. So for my partner, Brent Crowder, I'm Grant Olson. Hoping you have a great Apple Blossom Friday night and hope you join us again tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.
We hope you enjoyed today's special broadcast of the Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade on the NCW Life channel. Today's broadcast was made possible by these fine sponsors: Lone Pine Fruit and Espresso, The Golfer's Edge, Auto Mocha, Bay Equity Home Loans, Boswell's Home Furnishings, Apple Valley Honda, the Auville Fruit Company, Mary Maids, the Antique Mall in Kashmir, Collins Fashions, Schmidt Electric, and Tacos Shava. For the rebroadcast schedule of today's parade, go to ncwlife.com. Have a safe and happy Apple Blossom Festival.